What is information transfer? Information transfer is a writing skill for which one has to read and assess the information available in one format and transfer it to another. This information can either be in a verbal format like a paragraph or in a non-verbal format like images, diagrams, pie charts, graphs of different kinds, etc. That is, the information can either be in a verbal format or non-verbal format. Students should possess the skill of understanding this information and change its format from one to another. That means if the information is in a paragraph format, the students need to transfer it into the appropriate non-verbal format, and if the information is displayed in images or diagrams, the students should be able to frame a paragraph on it. Now sometimes it becomes easier to view diagrams than to read a paragraph, and sometimes diagrams are comprehended better if they are explained in a paragraph. This convenience of understanding is the purpose of today's writing skill, that is information transfer. As said above, the information can be in the formats of verbal, paragraph and non-verbal, that is diagrams, images, charts or graphs. Let us begin on today's session and study it in depth. To know how to achieve this skill, let us see how a question can pose itself. Verbal to non-verbal. Read the following information and complete the given table. Among the many hill forts in Maharashtra, Lohagad is a marvelous piece of architecture. Located 52 kilometers northwest of Pune, the fort sites at an elevation of 1033 meters above sea level. In 1648 CE, the fort was captured by Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, which was then taken by the Mughals in 1665 CE. In 1670 CE, Shivaji Maharaj recaptured the fort and he used it to store his treasury looted from Surat. Lohagad Fort is also one of the scenic treks in Pune that can be done in a day. Lohagad is a part of the Western Ghats. The range divides the basins of the Indrayani River and Pavna Lake. Lohagad overlooks the Pavna Reservoir located to the south of the mountain. The hill extends in the northwest to a fortified spur called the Vinsukada, that is Scorpion's tail, because of its resemblance of the shape. The four large gates of Lohagad are still in good condition and reasonably intact. Now as we can see, we have a paragraph before us giving information about Lohagad Fort. It gives the vital information about the fort. Based on this paragraph, we are asked to fill the table given below, which will give us the same information but in a summarized manner, which would be easier to understand at a glance. The location, the height, geographic features, close to reservoir, famous for. So, after filling the table, it would look like what is given below. Answer. Location, 52 kilometers northwest of Pune. Height, at an elevation of 1033 meters above sea level. Geographic features, a scenic trek, part of the Western Ghats. The range divides the basins of the Indrayani River and Pavna Lake. Close to reservoir, Pavna Reservoir. Famous for architecture. Now let us see another example. Non-verbal to verbal. Observe the web diagram and write a paragraph on it. Suggest a suitable title. Barriers to effective communication. Language, noise, lack of interest, distraction, discomfort with the topic, and distance. Answer. The diagram talks about barriers in effective communication. Communication is the very foundation of human interaction. Nothing is possible without communication. Communication between people is essential for understanding each other. However, not everyone finds communication easy. Some people may find it hard and lack in that field. While there are ways to improve one's communication, there are many obstacles in effective communication. Barriers like language, noise, distance, discomfort with the topic in question, distraction, lack of interest do pull someone back from effective communication. Not being able to speak a specific language, inner turmoil or noise, being away from the person with whom communication is necessary, being uncomfortable with the subject of discussion, internal and external distractions, or simple lack of interest in the topic being discussed are some of the hindrances which may not make one an effective communicator. Once these barriers are removed, a person can improve his or her communication with others soon. So these two are the examples of verbal and non-verbal communication. What did we learn? We learned that information transfer is a skill which requires the student to change the format of the information from verbal to non-verbal or vice versa. If the information is in paragraph format, we need to change it into a diagram. If the information is in the form of a diagram, we need to change it into a paragraph. Exercise. Read the following information and prepare a pie diagram for the same. Annual water usage in Maharashtra. Water is life. Water is a universal solvent and an important resource. The annual usage of water differs in various sectors of Maharashtra. The major occupation of Maharashtra being agriculture, the maximum amount of available water is used for irrigation, that is 86%. The distant following position 7% is contributed by domestic sector including drinking, washing, cooking, etc. There is a close competition of other sectors which is not far away with 6% usage of water. One of the key factors which plays an important role in the development of a nation is industrial sector. The consumption of water by industrial sector is very negligible, which is 1%. We know energy sector plays a vital role in the development of a nation. In this sector, the use of water is almost nil. If we try to observe its place in the chart, we do realize that it holds 0% usage and is yet to open its account. Observe the following table and transfer the information into a paragraph. State-wise distribution of urban and rural population in India. Maharashtra state, rural 560, urban 410. Gujarat, rural 320, urban 190. Madhya Pradesh, rural 440, urban 160. Chhattisgarh, rural 170, urban 40. Andhra Pradesh, rural 550, urban 210. Karnataka, rural 350, urban 180.